A very good evening from the newsroom. The news for this Tuesday evening. The government has not organized any workshop for any political party. It was Vice President Ahmed Afif who said this in the National Assembly this morning. He was responding to a private notice question from the leader of the opposition, Sébastien Pillet, regarding a workshop which was recently organized for a group of LDS party activists. After the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Gervais Henry, excused the Vice President for leaving the Assembly. However, when welcoming the Minister of Health, Peggy Vidot, who came to answer questions relating to her ministry, the leader of the opposition raised a parliamentary privilege to quote a passage from the law and the regulations which govern the political parties, which says that no political party should accept donations, gifts, or funding from any foreign organizations or political parties, and with that, all US MNEs left the chamber. St. Mary's Hospital on La Digue started receiving patients yesterday. And during question time in the National Assembly this morning, the Minister for Health, Peggy Vidot, said that a number of people have been recruited to fill up nursing positions, as well as several posts of nursing assistants. The hospital will have 2 permanent doctors, as well as X-ray and laboratory services. The minister said, however, that patients will still have to come to Seychelles Hospital for major surgical procedures. Specialists from Maé and Pralin will be visiting La Digue at regular intervals. The Committee on Government Assurances in the National Assembly, COGA, was on Pralin recently to see if the government has met its assurance at 6 facilities. They were pleased with the Bessetan market and ice plant, what has been achieved with the vehicle testing station on Eva Island, and with the new location for the Division for Substance Abuse Prevention, Treatment and Rehabilitation. Koga was more or less pleased with the youth prison, as well as with stocks at the agriculture store. However, not all assurances were met. The extension has not been carried out, and some parts for the irrigation systems are missing. They will also be following up on a rehabilitation center for the Division for Substance Abuse Prevention, Treatment and Rehabilitation. As for the dormitory facility at the Grand-Anse, Koga was not able to view it because it was in use and was told that none of the assurances were met. The United Nations and Seychelles have signed a new agreement to work towards the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals in partnership. The UN coordinator for Mauritius and Seychelles, Liz Singh, says that Seychelles is already ahead in certain aspects, although there is still work to be done.
This cooperation framework that we have designed jointly with the government really looks at people, prosperity, and planet, looking at what are the key opportunities that the country aspires towards in terms of having very strong, educated human population, strong social protection systems, meaningful jobs, right? Having the youth engaged in the process so they are empowered not only as current actors, development actors with us, but going forward as future leaders. Equally, blue and green economy is a fundamental part. You're an island nation. So we understand the challenges of being a small island developing state and having to manage a huge EEZ. So I think this issue is something, it's both an opportunity and a risk. And this is something that we are thinking about, how we can promote the circularity, how we can make Seychelles benefit from this and also go towards economic diversification. Because we understand since COVID days, Minister, that diversification is very important if you really want to be resilient to shocks. And the third pillar is about the climate vulnerability, disaster, confronting all that, right? It requires partnership, it requires know-how, it requires South-South collaboration, and it requires financing.
The Minister for Investment, Entrepreneurship and Industry, Devika Vidot, has said that government support to the business sector should be strengthened. She made the comment during the second meeting on the ease of doing business. President from Kalawan, Vice President Afif, several ministers and senior officials from government entities participated in the meeting. Minister Vidot said that there was a need to reinforce the monitoring of businesses to ensure that standards are maintained and that information should be clear to reduce delays in finalizing business applications.
As government, we provide a wide range of services to the private sector. Without us, they cannot operate effectively. In short, they depend on us. Therefore, the easier that we make it for businesses, it means that we give them the space to do what they do best. That is, make money, generate wealth, create jobs, and grow our economy. In turn, this means raising our standard of living because the government will have more funds to reinvest in salaries, capital projects, and other public services.
The first cruise ship for the 2023-2024 season has arrived. It was at 6:30 this morning that the SH Diana became the first cruise ship to dock at Port Victoria for the 2023-2024 season, which begins this month and will continue until May next year. The boat is 333 meters long. It can accommodate 209 passengers and 141 crew members. It is named after a Roman goddess, the goddess of light, the moon, and the hunter and wilderness. The boat, which has been designed especially for exploring the world, was due to leave at 6 p.m. During the opening ceremony, which took place in Mahiki at the new port this morning, the Principal Secretary for Tourism, Shirin Francis, emphasized on the department's commitment to engaging with local stakeholders. The aim is to ensure that Seychelles offers an unforgettable experience to the visitors expected to disembark from approximately 40 port calls, featuring a variety of cruise ships docking at Port Victoria.
We have to showcase our destination in one day with the hope that the visitors will choose our destination for a much longer holiday, which normally it's on average 10 days. This is where our various tourism operators, their role are key because we depend on them to provide the best of experience for these visitors so that they can go and tell their friends and families, this is a must place to visit the Seychelles Islands. For a good few years, we have been claiming the World Travel Awards Best Cruise Port and Best Cruise Destination consecutively. I believe it's by no coincidence or accident that we have been getting these awards.
This week, the Ministry of Education is celebrating the International School Library Month. During its launching, 3 librarians were recognized: Julienne Octave for 28 years of service, Miranda Waro for 36 years, and Christine Chetty for 40 years. The theme for this year's International School Library Month is My Happy Place, where creativity and imagination flourish. In line with this, school libraries were gifted with books and games to make learning at the library fun.
School librarians teach students how to locate, evaluate, and use information effectively. In an age of information overload, this skill is essential for academic success and for navigating the modern world. They provide a safe and inclusive space for our dear students. The school library can serve as a safe and inclusive space for all of our students. In essence, school librarians are not just keepers of books, but also educators, mentors, and guides who contribute significantly to the educational experience of students.